are up and running. I have just literally set up the tweet as well, so we should be good to go with that. But yeah, it's a big night tonight. I'm looking forward to tonight. There's a few things to keep an eye on in the wacky world of NXT. One of them being a Miz TV episode. We do have the new champion crowned last week. We do have Ziggler with Rude on Miz TV. It's clear that they're trying to bump ratings. They're trying to do what they can to improve the ratings of the show. So, yeah, as we said, it's a big week. They're building towards Stand and Deliver, and I am looking forward to seeing what they're going to do, to be honest, and how we're going to continue that build. Rumours and thoughts that Bron Breakker is going to the main roster means that we're going into unknown territory with NXT. We don't quite know how it's all going to play out and how it's all going to pan out. But as we said, we do know that we've got a few things on the show tonight, and we know that we are building towards Stand and Deliver. So we know we've got Dolph on Miz TV. We know that we've got Cameron Grimes and Santos Escobar. They're going to be competing for the first spot in a North American ladder match. So they're going to be going after that. We know, isn't it, this week we've got Indi and Persia going up against each other. I seem to remember that match being made last week where they were starting to argue about who the better member was in their team. And so I'm expecting us to get Persia against Indi Hartwell tonight. But I haven't seen that get announced yet, to be honest. But we do have Shirai taking on Tiffany. So that match has been announced. Just having a look on NXT, they have put out a tweet about Indi and Persia as well. So we're getting that match. Miz TV. A-Kid arrives. A-Kid coming over from NXT UK. So A-Kid is going to be taking on Kushida. That'll be fun. I'm down for that match. A-Kid is a great talent. I've always been impressed when I've watched him. So looking forward to him against Kushida as well. That'll be a great match. Cameron Grimes against Escobar. We've spoke about that. And I think that's everything that's been announced so far. But even so, looks like it's going to be an interesting night. Brian said, Wrestlers Day, Scott Hall. He was a good wrestler. Zachary, shout out to you. I'm glad that Persia and Indi aren't a team anymore. No, dude, like Ziggler being NXT champion. What do you think of Ziggler being NXT champion? I don't mind it. I think it gives NXT a little bit of a boost. I thought it was a nice swerve last week. I wasn't expecting him to win at all. I think that he's a great wrestler, Ziggler. He just doesn't get anything to get his teeth into. So I think they've given him something here for him to get his teeth into. And I'm looking forward to seeing what he can do with it, to be honest. So, yeah, I mean, is he just going to be champion short term? Will he be champion coming out of Stand and Deliver? Like, what are the long-term plans for Dolph Ziggler? I certainly wasn't expecting Miz TV to be a segment we were going to be getting this week. So that's taken me by surprise. It feels like they are just putting a bit more of a spotlight on NXT. Probably because the ratings have been a bit underwhelming. So, we've got Ziggler there. Rude's back down there. We've got... Rude just feels very secondary. But he is a former NXT champion. So, Robert Roode's back down there. Ziggler's down there. Miz is coming over to do a Miz TV. Mandy Rose is the women's champion. Who knows? We might end up seeing more. We could get even more of people coming back down to NXT. Seemingly USA can't be very impressed with the ratings that NXT is getting. So we can go anywhere. We can literally go anywhere. The sky is the limit when it comes to what we do with NXT now. Predictions for the matches today, says Kurt. I don't know, to be honest. Shirai against Tiffany. I'm just not really bothered. I'm sure it'll be a good little match, but it doesn't really mean anything. So, let's say that Tiffany wins, and that's a little feud that continues. Indi should beat Persia, so I'm hoping Indi gets the victory in that one. Dolph's just on Miz TV. A-Kid will surely win on his debut. Cameron Grimes against Santos Escobar. I think they've just been pushing Escobar, so maybe Cameron Grimes will get that one, and it'll be his time to shine. So I'm going to go with Grimes. I'm going to go with A-Kid. I'm going to go with Indi and go with Tiffany. And then that'll be a little feud that will continue her against Sarray. I was just watching some Scott Hall TNA 2004-2005 when he was in the Kings of Wrestling with Jeff Jarrett, Kevin Nash. They were facing AJ Styles, Jeff Hardy, and it was good times, says Root Beer Float. Drexel says, I'm calling it Cody tonight. Robin said, I think they're trying to sell the tickets to Stand and Deliver. It's almost sold out. David said, I'm happy with Ziggler as a new NXT champion. I'm happy with Miz TV. I'm surprised they're calling up Bron Breakker so early. Same here. Would have thought they would have given him at least a 6-month title run, but I'm just guessing Vince is high on him. Trenton, let's have a look. Did Trenton just have a comment in the chat? Trenton says, my thoughts, Duke Hudson and Persia against Dexter and Indi. I like that. Duke and Persia making love backstage. Yeah, I like it. I like the idea of a mixed tag match. I think it gives Dexter something to do, because where's Dexter been? I mean, he might be out injured at the moment. I'm not sure, but we've been getting the odd sighting of him, but nothing more than that. So, yeah, I think that'd be a good way to bring him back into the show. I'm not crazy on Indi and Persia as a team. I'm not crazy on Persia, full stop. I really like Indi. I found her to be fun, entertaining, quite charismatic when she was in the way with Austin Theory, Johnny, and Candice, and I really miss that group. I thought that was a real bright spot during the pandemic era, was the way and what they were doing. So I really like those four, but obviously, you know, Johnny's contract's expired, Candice has gone off to have a baby, Austin Theory's been called up. Indi just finds herself on her own now, and like they have put her with Persia, and I think it was a nice way to introduce us to Persia, but it hasn't worked. It's just not engaging. I don't find it entertaining, or I don't enjoy their relationship. There's not really anything to hang your hat on. Yeah, they ain't doing it for me. I'd rather we explore something else. Indi's momentum has died once the way split. It's been unfortunate. Greg said Johnny Wrestling is returning. Mike, hello. Shout out to you. Hope you're well, buddy. Matt Master Gaming, hello. Jim said, if USA wants to keep the ratings for NXT, they would need a bigger star, someone like Randy Orton. That is true. I don't think that Dolph is going to move the dial that much, but I think what it does do is send a message that there's something happening. You know, Dolph Ziggler, someone that we see on the main roster on a regular basis, granted not winning, but on the roster, he is now the champion down in NXT, and now they're doing a Miz TV segment. And, you know, Mandy Rose is down there as the women's champion. Like, the male and female champion are both main roster. The Miz TV segment as well. I feel like they're trying a few things to see, right, what is it we need? But you could be absolutely right. To get any kind of bump, you're going to need something significant. You're going to need something like an Orton or someone along those lines. But I think they don't really want to go down that road, because I don't think they want to use those kind of celebrities. I mean, ideally, I just don't think they would have Ziggler there at all. I think they ideally would have the young up-and-coming talent, like, you know, being the ones to shine the brightest. So I don't think this is the direction they want to go, which is what's making me think that maybe the USA Network are putting a bit of pressure on them to actually deliver better ratings than what they've been getting. Root Beer Float said WWE should debut via Mahan after WrestleMania. It would be a big pop. Maybe interrupt the United States Championship. I agree with that. I think the Raw after Mania is perfect for Veer. It's perfect for Veer. That's absolutely when they should bring him in. So, yeah, I agree. Dolph against Bobby Roode for the NXT Championship, says Aaron. Grayson Waller's next rival has to be Johnny Gargano because of the attack on Johnny. William said, thank you, Days Tommy, allowing us that platform. William, shout out to you. It's a brilliant interview. It was brilliant. You going up about how kids fighting in like front gardens and the parents just watching and all this kind of stuff had me in absolute tears. I said to Tommy after, actually, I was like, once we finished the podcast, I was like, I thought that obviously you was amazing, but I thought that from a technology point of view, it worked well having 3 people on. So it is definitely something I'm more open to looking at. That was always my concern, was could we get 3 people on at the same time? And it did it, and it coped, and it worked well. But I also said to him, I'd love, for those that don't watch the podcast we do every week, I would love to just get some of those moments and just pull them out and just put them up as separate videos. Because I just want people to enjoy them, man. I just want people to see some of these clips. Because it had me in absolute tears. I was crying. So, yeah, I really do want to see if we can get some of those clips and pull them out of the episodes. But your stuff about the kids. And then that flipping lawnmower that went driving past as well. It's pretty wild, man. So, great stuff, William. Great stuff. Root Beer Float said, did you watch the Jackass movie yet? No. William should definitely be a regular on the web. He's hilarious. It's good, wasn't it? I'm glad you enjoyed it. Alfred Days, do you think they're saving Cody for a surprise entrance at WrestleMania like they did with the Hardy Boys for Seth Rollins? I don't know if they're saving it specifically for that. I would probably be more inclined to say that they haven't been able to get the deal done as quickly as they wanted. Certainly the reports are that it's on, it's off, he's on internal documents, he's off internal documents. We know they've spoken to him. We know that he's gone from AEW. We know that WWE have had conversation. So it's just, can they get it over the line? Can they get the deal done? So I'm more inclined to think that they're just still trying to, dot the I's, cross the T's, and get the deal over the line. More so than it's done, and they're just waiting for the right time. I'd love to think it is that, because I think if Cody comes in, it's going to be a massive moment. And it's going to reverberate around the wrestling world. And it really does need something positive around the wrestling world right now. Because obviously everyone's thoughts are still stuck with Scott Hall and all of that from yesterday. Eric said, I am reorganizing my son's figure collection. The entire WWE roster takes up one cupboard and a quarter of another. Meanwhile, AEW now takes up 2 cubbies. Bloated roster for AEW. Who's your favorite tag team at the moment? I gotta say, there's not really a tag team that's grabbing me. I don't know that there's a tag team that's really got my attention. I suppose Creed Brothers are quite interesting. I like what Imperium stand for. Creed Brothers. I'm not interested in RK Bro. I'm not interested in... Alpha Academy would interest me, but I'm just not seeing killer matches from them. There's not really anything in AEW outside of maybe FTR that gets my attention. Moxley and Danielson, if they're going to count as a team, are probably on my radar. And certainly with William Regal being involved. So I would probably be leaning to one of those, Creed Brothers, or maybe Danielson and Moxley. Miz TV on NXT will be good, says Sean. Eric said the Creed Brothers is a good choice. Moldy wants to get some more wrestling t-shirts. Why have RK Bro not split up yet? I'm guessing it might happen after the Raw, after Mania. Yeah, I'm guessing that there's nothing else for them to do other than a match against each other at WrestleMania. I don't know if we're going to get that at this stage, or as you said, it maybe the plans to do it after. I certainly expected them to split before WrestleMania. I thought we were getting Randy Orton versus Riddle, but time is definitely, do you know what I mean, slipping away. So, yeah, I think it's more likely they go into WrestleMania and we get the tag match and then they split after. Aaron said, did you see that Dave Meltzer has commented on Cody not showing up? He said he's not surprised that it doesn't change. Mania is going to be Cody versus Seth. Okay. No, I hadn't seen that, so it is going to be Cody against Seth, still planned for WrestleMania. Okay, good. Well, attention turns to next week then. Attention turns to next week's Raw. Because it is true, what is Seth going to do? You know, he's tried some at this week and it hasn't worked. So we're going to need to find an opponent for him. So what is he going to do next week? It's true. WWE is trying to prolong it as long as they can because RK Bro is a cash cow right now, says Big T. That's interesting. Right, we are up and running with NXT. We only had about 15 minutes before because of the clocks changing in America. We had a big football game earlier. We did our usual podcast, but everything's just been thrown out a little bit. So, yeah, we are up and running. I know I'm still in shock from yesterday's match. Shawn Michaels ladder match. Mattress out of that match. Let's go, says Shola. Creeds have got the look, the attitude. They gel well with a manager-like character, and they've got their own voice, and they're young, says Eric. Right, we are just seeing a recap of last week when we got a brand new champion. Brand new champion last week, Dolph Ziggler. Getting the job done. Matt said, if he does appear, I better hear Smoke and Mirrors or Kingdom if I hear written in the stars, ... So there is last week, the picture behind me, Dolph winning the NXT Championship. And we're starting with Miz TV. Wow, we're starting with Miz TV. I thought they would have waited. Miz TV? Miz TV in NXT? Miz TV with Dolph. The Miz in the ring. Boos raining down for The Miz. Yeah. Miz TV. He seems pumped to be here, man. The only two-time Grand Slam champion. It's bringing a bit of energy. Yeah. Where's Maurice? Is there a Miz chant? Miz chant? I mean, this is pretty cool, isn't it? Being in a room with a few hundred people seeing the Miz. And Dolph. So he's talking about his match at WrestleMania. One man turned WrestleMania weekend upside down. He asked me personally to come here. The new NXT champion, Dolph Ziggler. Tell you what, The Miz really putting everything into this open here. coming out, like, addressing the crowd, bringing some energy. Introduces Dolph Ziggler, the new NXT champion. Dolph Ziggler making his way down to the ring. I tell you, a Dolph Ziggler one-on-one match on a pay-per-view, given time, against like someone on the roster, could be fire, man. Could be great. Don't forget, Dolph Ziggler has to be in like flipping TV wrestling mode, go into commercial break and all this kind of stuff. What if he's just allowed to just go and have a match? Go and have a great match. Main event of Stand and Deliver, honestly, could be brilliant. I was ready for NXT. I'm sorry I missed the escape pod. No worries, dudes. Miz was on it. Ziggler, new champion. NXT feels like an indie show, and that is pretty cool. Shola said Vince really needs 2.0 thing to work. He's getting desperate. I want to welcome your must-see show to my must-see show, says Dolph. Larry, shout out to you. This is amazing, says to boy. Bron Breakker is going to break things on Miz TV, but that's not going to happen, and here is why. We're seeing Bron Breakker arrive, coming into the Performance Center. So, Bron Breakker outside the front of the Performance Center. And he gets told to leave. So, Bron Breakker goes. Robert Roode says, what a sore loser. So, Bron Breakker apparently not around. There are no rules. Only one getting desperate is Tony Khan, and AEW's tanking ratings, says Shannon. They sent him home. Retribution said, I missed the pod. I was having dinner. It was pretty good, dude. It was pretty good when we had William on and had me in tears. It was brilliant. I love wrestling. I am your NXT champion, and I love wrestling. LA Knight's coming out. Okay, I'm here for this. LA Knight is coming out. I'm here for this. I'm here for this. This is good, man. This is good. LA Knight coming out. LA Knight in the ring with The Miz. LA Knight. People are excited for this. LA Knight can talk. I just hope he's got something to say. LA Knight is in the ring. LA Knight. This is good. This is cool. Let me talk to you. Dolph. Good for you, man. He's got a bit of Piper about him, LA Knight. LA Knight. Kid. I am a fighting champion, says Ziggler. Let's get one thing straight. I'm a fighting champion. It's cool, innit? This is interesting, NXT. LA Knight and The Miz and Ziggler. Vince is going big, says David. Erase Your Mind said, please have LA Knight win that title. You will be a major player, says Miz. He's taking his jacket off. It's a great open. This is better than Raw segments, man. Any day of the week. I could take that title from you. You say this is your show. Orlando, tell him whose show it is. Show me. You want to tell me this is your show? Show me. It's good. It's good. Two guys that are good on the mic, said 1987. Big fan. Once you figure out where the main event is, that's where you'll find me, says Dolph. Dolph Ziggler. So, Dolph against LA Knight. Wow. Dolph against LA Knight. When's that? Tonight. Have they made it tonight? Or have they made it for Stand and Deliver? I didn't actually catch if it's tonight or if it's like Stand and Deliver. Here is Elektra Lopez and some people. Carmelo Hayes coming out. This is awesome. It's tonight's main challenge. It's tonight's main event. NXT Championship match. I don't know about that because does that mean he's going to lose the belt tonight? Carmelo Hayes has come out, but he's only coming out to watch, as it's going to be Grimes versus Escobar. It's tonight's main event. But what if LA Knight wins? That means that Dolph's not going to be at Stand and Deliver. And I really want that kind of pay-per-view main event from Dolph. Oh. Bit worried now. I'm a bit worried that they're going to take the belt off him. Maybe he cheats to retain and then we get like the rematch at Stand and Deliver. Ziggler will retain, says David. MJF wishes he could be like The Miz. Robin said a nice Razor tribute from Mello and Trick. Matt says to the moon. Yeah, can he do it? Can he do it? Jilly said, people can say what they want, but I know for myself that I look forward to Wednesday night AEW Dynamite. I can't say that for WWE. To be honest, I do enjoy Daisy streams of WWE more. That's very kind, Jilly. I appreciate those kind words. Yeah, I mean, there's some good stuff in wrestling, some bad stuff in wrestling. That was a good segment, though. That's what I know. That was a good segment. I want LA Knight to become champion, but I think it should happen at Stand and Deliver. I think Dolph will lose it at the pay-per-view, not tonight. Moldy said maybe Rude costs him. Bron Breakker interferes, says Marty. Yeah, that's true. Do you know what? I feel like it's screaming for a poll. It is screaming for a poll. Who leaves as NXT champion tonight? Who leaves as NXT champion tonight? Is it going to be Dolph or is it going to be LA Knights? Dolph probably cheats and LA will get the rematch at the pay-per-view. David said NXT has been on fire in the opening of this show. It was brilliant. It was really, really good. Where do you think Cody's going? I still think he's going to WWE. I just think that they haven't been able to get it over the line. I don't think they've been able to get it finalized. That's my guess, is that it wasn't ready in time. Because there was rumors before that WWE wanted him at this Raw, and I think that they didn't get it done, and so that's why we ended up with the bizarre sort of I'm gonna take your show, the KO show. It's a bit weird, and I think that probably wasn't the original idea. The original idea was probably something to do with Cody, but it's not worked out, and so they've gone with that. But it might be next week. I don't think the deal has fallen through and it's not going to happen. I just think that, and who knows, they might have seen the news about Scott Hall and maybe that changed things. Maybe they had to call a late audible and just be like, it wouldn't be the right night to do it, what with Scott passing away, and so they ended up saving it for next week instead. So I don't know, I'm torn on it, but I think ultimately he goes to WWE. But what next for Seth? I mean, Seth tried to get Kevin Owens' show, didn't. So what's he going to do now next week? He's got to find something else to do, hasn't he? He's got to get an opponent for WrestleMania sooner or later. Once that opponent is in place, then we'll know if it's going to be Cody or not. If they start booking him against Gable Steveson or something, then I think we can turn around and go, oh, it's not looking great now. Until we know what Seth's doing at Mania, then, everything's on the table. Right, we're backstage with Cora Jade. What did you make of Man United's performance? I thought that it was so-so. I mean, they created chances. They looked like the better team. Why would they leave their belts just lying around? Cora. Okay. Yeah, I thought their performance was really below par, to be honest. Well, probably not below par, probably par. But just didn't create any really good, clean chances. And the kind of chances they did create, they couldn't finish. 90 minutes, didn't score, conceded a goal. Had a whole second half to get back into it. Changes didn't seem to massively change things. Though I did like Mata when he came on. I thought Mata played well when he came on. He had an urgency and he seemed to have some energy about him. Maybe we did the Mata change a bit too late. But to be honest, we probably could have had another half an hour and I'm not sure we would have scored. My teachers told me I'll never amount to much since I procrastinate so much. I told them, just you wait. Champion, they must have gone to the bathroom. It's a bit weird, wasn't it? Just having the belts lying around. I know one thing. Toxic Attraction care most in the world about this championship and this championship and especially this championship that they've seemingly care so much about. They've just left lying around on a girder. So, yeah, I don't know. I don't know where they went. I don't know what's happened. I don't know why she's got the belts. Against the ropes goes Cameron Grimes. Drop kick by Escobar. I do think we will get Seth against Cody at WrestleMania. Vince is trying to do it, but because Road to WrestleMania, Cody will come, says David. I like how you heard the Velcro when she took... Oh, God. doesn't scream premium, does it? Doesn't scream like world top championship kind of. Yeah, it's just. Strike coming in. I love Cora Jade, says Craig. I'm just going to leave my titles lying around. I'm sure they'll be fine, says Brad. But Jilly said, Cora Jade's cute. I can't believe she's in her 30s with the kids. Yep. It's true. In her 30s with the kids. She likes to go to Woodstock reunions and things like this. She likes to knit, crochet, play bingo. She can't get up the stairs without a stair lift. Cora Jade. I believe Raw is in Chicago next week. That'll be a hot crowd to bring back Cody in front of. Planet Dan said it makes no sense that LA Knight gets what is effectively a world title shot, despite losing to Grayson Waller last week. I know it doesn't matter in WWE, but it still gets to me. That's fair, to be honest. That's fair. Escobar in control 20 minutes into the show. Sergeant Slaughter started wrestling at the age of 27, says Larry. Ronaldo will leave. Do you think we get Messi and Ronaldo in the same team? We could do. I don't think it'll make a difference. I think the impact they have on games now is starting to show that it's limited. They are capable of moments of brilliance, but they're just reduced really to moments of brilliance rather than actually having the ability to grab a game and impact it. If opportunity comes their way, they can definitely take that opportunity, but I don't know that they can create opportunity anymore. So, yeah, if we see them in the same side, I'm sure that'll get people excited, but, you know, I wouldn't expect that team to be winning the Champions League. Maybe if this was 5 years ago, then absolutely. Cameron Grimes goes down. We're seeing Carmelo Hayes on commentary as Karma Electra comes around and a couple of Legado del Fantasma come round. Right, yeah, so we are underway with our first match. Great opening segment. Weird Cora Jade segment. And perfectly fine Grimes Escobar match. Supreme Rose, hello, says, I heard that WWE wants main roster stars on NXT to build NXT more. So Dolph could stay a little bit longer than expected. I don't mind that. I think that first segment was great. Honestly, that first segment was better than a lot of what we got on Raw. So I don't mind it. I know that NXT is for the young up-and-comers, and you could argue that you're taking time away from them and all this kind of stuff. But, I mean, look, I just think back in the day they had an hour of NXT time. Now they've got 2 hours they've got to fill. I don't feel like you are hurting that young, upcoming talent by taking a few segments and actually making them stronger and using some experience. I think that's fine. I think it's fine. So, yeah, you know, that talent can still come through. And don't forget, there's a lot of really young talent as well. This isn't like a lot of this talent only tended to start or only started when NXT 2.0 came along. This isn't really talent that has been around for a long time. It's not like we've got Tommaso Ciampas and Garganos and Bronson Reeds and, do you know what I mean, Karrion Crosses. Like, a lot of the people we're seeing are people that came in, really, as we moved over to NXT 2.0. Your Bron Breakkers, your Wallers, your Grayson Wallers, your Chase Universities, your Persia Perottas, your Tiffany's, and blah, 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 blah. So, yeah, I'm all right with it. Do you like Dolph as champion? If so, do you want to see him stay as champion? I do like Dolph as champion. Again, I think that I don't need to see him as champion for a long time, but I'd like to see him have a match at Stand and Deliver. And I think him against LA Knight at Stand and Deliver, them being given an opportunity to go out there and steal the show, I think that would be brilliant. You know, Dolph Ziggler is a very good wrestler. He is capable of excellent wrestling matches, but how often do you see him get the opportunity to have a one-on-one match at a pay-per-view? You know, having a tag match on Raw or SmackDown, you're only going to get so much out of that. What with, you know, that match is not going to get much time, and you've got commercial breaks. But here, solo match, singles match, championship match, pay-per-view, Stand and Deliver, like, or premium live event as they're now called. Yeah, I'm down for seeing it. And what a great opportunity for someone like LA Knight as well. I mean, that is a decent name for him to face on a big stage for the NXT Championship. Yeah, I'm down for that match. I'm sort of hoping there will be some cheating tonight, and then it leads to that match at Stand and Deliver. Any idea where Samoa Joe is going? No, I haven't seen any noise or anything about Samoa Joe. So, sadly not. Scott Hall died on Monday, 12 a.m. and Kevin Nash phoned Vince. That's why they came on Raw. Sad news. R.I.P. Scott Hall. Fury White, who you got? Fury. Retribution says, I'm having a Ferrero Rocher milkshake. Ooh. Dolph versus Bron would be good as well, says Robin. Yep, I would take that as well, definitely. Double axe handle by Escobar. 2. And kick out by Cameron Grimes. Justin, welcome back. We've had 130 odd votes so far. Tonight, we've got Dolph Ziggler versus LA Knight for the NXT Championship. Crazy, isn't it? Crazy. It's WWE. Prepare to be disappointed. Daz said there's 3 matches announced for AEW. LA Knight is going to save NXT. He really comes across to me like a Roddy Piper type person, LA Knight. Whenever I hear him talk, I hear Roddy Piper. I hear Roddy Piper. I hear Roddy Piper. I hear a little bit of The Rock in there as well. You know, it's a nice mixture to have. Cameron Grimes comes crashing down on Escobar on the outside of the ring. He's grabbing Escobar, hurls him back into the ring. Here is Cameron Grimes going up top. Perched. Double knees. Double knees by Santos Escobar. And 1, 2, 3. Oh, shoulder up by Cameron Grimes. Shoulder up by Cameron Grimes. Here we go. Strike coming in by Escobar, and again. Goes against the ropes. And again, cross. Oh! Spanish fly by Cameron Grimes. 2. Kick out by Escobar. Kick out by Escobar. This is awesome, says Tommy. Sonny, shout out to you. Brown might turn heel and interfere and cost LA Knight the opportunity. Here we go. We've got Cameron Grimes. Oh, big knee strike coming in by Escobar. Picks up Grimes. Grimes goes for a high kick. Super kick. Down goes Escobar. Cameron Grimes is over in the corner. He's pointing over at Carmelo Hayes. To the moon. Here we go. Gets caught on the shoulders. Driven down. 1, 2, 3. Escobar wins. Escobar beats Cameron Grimes. It's a good little match, that. It's a good little match. Did anyone think of Cody Rhodes being home? People not knowing where he is, including myself, says Allison. This is awesome, said Jason. It's a good match, said David. It was good. Yeah, I don't mind that. Congratulations, Santos. I hope you're ready to be beat by the A-Champ. Right, we're seeing Io and Kaylee Ray. They've got through to the final where they're going to be facing, I think it's Wendy Chu and Dakota Kai. There's only one way that we can destroy Toxic Attraction. We have a common enemy. So, Io and Kaylee Ray, they've got to be the favourites. I mean, Io and Kaylee Ray are just going to bring violence to Toxic Attraction. When is that match? Is that next week? Okay, there's Wendy backstage. Did you see that? Wendy says, we can do it. Here's Toxic Attraction looking for their belts. Why are they all so jittery? They're all like... We don't need your help. Get the job done next week. I don't understand Wendy Chu, says Lance. Yeah, I mean, I've said before, I don't mind the gimmick, her being, like, comfortable. Like, she gets to go to work, wear a onesie. You know, she can have a little sleep backstage. Even if she wants to embrace that in her entrance theme and come out and whatever. But for me, once the bell rings, like I've said before, that's where I wanted to, you know, not do... I mean, like, we saw Cora Jade, like, when they faced going, like, shh, she's sleeping. And, like, tiptoeing over. It's like... For me, that is where my line gets crossed. So I feel like there's something there, but... You know, you see, I can watch that. Quite happy. She's just backstage. She ain't hurting anyone. Just chatting to her partner. In a onesie and whatever. It's a bit silly about the title thing, though. They left them lying around. Cora Jade's stolen them, and now they're trying to find Cora Jade. We are at commercial break. I cannot see Cody showing up on Monday Night Raw until WrestleMania when he comes out as a surprise opening challenge opponent for Seth Rollins, says Aaron. Kind of said, do you like Edge's new heel gimmick? Yeah, I thought his promo was pretty good. I think they've put some work into it. I would imagine he's probably driving that kind of vision, if you will. He probably had a say in the music he wanted, the presentation, I think he looks kind of good in the suit. Yeah. I mean, it's very kind of... It's a bit House of Blackish. But it's not a bad presentation. Childlike versus Childlike. Wendy Chu versus Alexa, says name. A-Kid coming up. A-Kid coming up. The Reface app just dropped a slew of rock videos to slap your face on. It's endless fun, said Master Chief. It would be cool if under the onesie was a Nikki ASH outfit and you would have a controversy who was the real ASH under the mask. That could be fun. Where she's claiming that she's the real Nikki ASH and then the actual Nikki ASH is claiming she's the real Nikki. That could be a fun little story. That's the kind of thing that I would like to see them do with Wendy Chu, actually. That's a really good creative story, actually. Wendy Chu trying to make out she's the real Nikki ASH. And then Nikki ASH trying to claim she's the real Nikki ASH. It's a fun, innocent little thing that you could build a little feud over. I'd be down for that. Kushida is about to lose. Wendy Chu is the queen of slurpees and slumber, said Zoom Station. Larry said the full impact for Cody would be the Raw after Mania. Right. I don't know what the next thing is. I know they've advertised A-Kid, but I don't know if that is the next match. But I'm going to put it anyway. A-Kid is going to be taking on Kushida. There we go. Should be a fun match. I mean, we just had a good first match. This should be a great second match. I'm confused. Is daylight savings back to normal? I saw in advance you went live. I assumed the NXT would start at 1. It's not the UK that's changed clocks. It's America. America has changed clocks. So America has changed its time. And that means that the shows are starting earlier for us because it's actually later in America. So even though our clocks hasn't changed, it's the American clocks that have changed. It's still throwing everything out. And it was a nightmare for me because I did football, went pretty much straight into the podcast, and then I've gone straight into this. So we didn't get a chance to do that kind of hour before that we try to do. What are you doing the weekend? Football? I don't know what games yet, but I know that UFC starts at like 5 o'clock. So I think we'll probably do the early football game. And we'll look to start a bit early for UFC. So that'll be Saturday. And then Sunday, I'm sure it'll be a couple of matches. Tomorrow is 316 day. Discount at on Steve Austin merchandise. 316 day tomorrow. Here we go. Here's Kushida. Kushida of Jacket Time. Kushida with Ikemanjiro. A-Kid already in the ring. No intro for A-Kids. Could they not think of a name? Just A-Kid. Like A-Kid got beaten in the ring. It sounds awful, says Master Chief. I must admit I'm used to it now. When I first heard it, I felt the same, but I've just got a bit used to it. I mean, I don't see it as a kid. I see it as a kid. He is the A-Kid. A-Kid, a relatively unknown. Good work by Kushida. Kushida showing his skill. A-Kid grabbing the leg of Kushida. The match will be a technical wrestling masterclass, says Robin. A-Kid didn't get an entrance. CM316 said a child is in the ring with Kushida. Will there be acknowledgement from AEW for 316 Day? Don't know. Probably not. Lands on his feet. Oof. Is a former soccer player from Spain, A-Kid. Wow, I used to play for Real Madrid schoolboys. He's trying to get up to his feet. Yeah, some very impressive core strength. Both of them looking for backslides. Kushida gets it. Backslide by Kushida. Rolls over, grabs the head of A-Kids. A-Kids slipping out, rolling through. Goes down with the arm. Nice work. Pulling back on the arm. It's good work so far. What is the name of the podcast? It's the Wrestling Escape Pod. We do talk wrestling, but we also just go wherever the flipping conversation goes. So this week, we touched a bit on Scott Hall. We touched a bit on WrestleMania predictions. We spoke a bit about indie wrestling. But, so there was a few things that were covered. But we also spoke about a trip to the dentist. We also spoke about William and what William does for a living. So, because he was our guest this week. So, honestly, you never know quite what to expect with it. Mainly because I don't know what to expect with it. But, yeah, it's pretty fun. A-Kids, what a horrible name, says Sam. A-Kid, what a dumb name. Zoom Station said, I've only seen A-Kid one time on NXT UK. Brad said, Kenny Omega wrestled a child in Japan, so it has happened before. Robin said there's some nice transitions here. Kushida working on the arm. A-Kid in the corner as Kushida comes over, looking for a German. They changed Volta to Gunter, but allow this rookie to keep A-Kid. How stupid is this company? Damn, Bruce Pritchard. Nice bridge by A-Kid. I don't know if he would stay A-Kid if he went to the main roster. Regal in AEW, thoughts? Good. Yeah, I'm pleased he's got a job. I would have been fine if he'd have stayed in NXT. I would have liked for him to have stayed in NXT. I feel like he had a home and friends and routine, and I think he was quite happy, but, he got released, which I still can't believe. I don't think anyone could believe, and AEW snapped him up, and it was a good move, and it's exactly what they should have done. So, yeah, pleased for him. Braun Strowman partnered with A-Kid and won the tag belts. Here we go. We've got Kushida with the forearm strike. Chop to the chest. Another chop coming in. A-Kid going up. Top rope. Moonsault DDT. 1, 2, 3. A-Kid wins. A-Kids. It's all right. A child is the son of A-Kids. Butch might be the worst name change ever. No one can believe WWE released Jim Johnston, says Matt Master Gaming. A-Kid against Grayson Waller, North American Championship qualifying match. We've got Santos Escobar backstage. I said it before. I said it again. I am the greatest luchador of all time. At Stand and Deliver, it is my time. Rey Mysterio is here! Wow! Rey Mysterio? Santos the greatest luchador of all time is standing right here. My son will take Lucha to the next generation. Lol. Lol. I didn't come to talk. Who's man enough to step up, says Dominic. Well, it's great to see Dominic where he belongs. So, Dominic to NXT. Well done, everyone. We finally got him there. Absolutely brilliant news. Dominic on NXT. Well done, everyone. Well done, everyone. Well done, Vince. I don't know how he's managed to convince him. Rey is finally dropping Dominic off where he belongs. Rey should leave Dominic in NXT. Absolutely. Could we not go to like Beyond Wrestling or somewhere lower than NXT? Maybe we could get to Bar Wrestling or Beyond Wrestling. He's definitely the best luchador. Days is so brutal to Dominic. I would love A-Kid. Maybe we could have A-Kid against Rey's Kid. Yes! A-Kid versus Rey Kids. Finally. Well done, everyone. We've got exactly where we need to be. Dominic to NXT. I think interview, tribute to Reason. I don't understand what that means, dude. Latino World Order. That gimmick died with WCW. It's like Rey is dropping Dominic off at kindergarten. If A-Kid was a tag partner with Butch, the team would be Butch A-Kid. Is that too morbid? Not for William Hensey. No, not for William Hensey. That's his dream tag name, I think. Butch A-Kid. Watch Dominic become one of the best in NXT. I hope he does. I hope he does. Honestly, I hope he does. He's got Rey Mysterio as his dad, and it's not as if he can't put, like, you know, some moves together. He's just got the charisma of a wet sponge. He's got the charisma of a wet sponge, the physique of a wet sponge, but the wrestling ability of someone on the indie scene. So, I don't know, it's just hard to get excited about a wet sponge. Other than that, I'm totally on board. Send Dominic to TNA. Come on. He doesn't deserve that. Rey versus anyone in NXT would be fire. Yes. I was hoping we were going to get... I was like, are we going to get Rey versus Santos Escobar at Stand and Deliver? Imagine that. Imagine that. LWO is a forgotten wrestling gem. It's what we got Eddie angry in WCW. Is Dolph gonna receive outside help? I hope so. Where are we with the poll? Let's have a look. People are saying 72%. 72% Dolph's gonna go leave as champion. 28% say LA Knight. So seems like people are thinking Dolph are gonna keep that championship. It would make sense to have Dolph go to Stand and Deliver as champion. I will agree. Edward, welcome back. Edward, you just missed your favorite wrestler. Dominic was on the show. So, Dominic is in NXT. Official. Moldy said, Days, I just realised we were talking about Butch having a teammate called Botch. Then Ridge went and did what he did. Ridge name changed to Botch. Botch Holland. Yes. You should do it. Butch and Botch. It's like Bodger and Badger. Dominic is built like the side of a £5 note. Dominic is the quintessential pampered white privilege. Dominic couldn't hang an Impact without Rey, says Brad. Dominic went to NXT so that he could be a higher score than Raw. Lol, no joke. Right, we're seeing last week Sarah Ray and Tiffany. No, thank you. Yeah, she proper freaked out. She said, do you want one of my necklaces? And she went, no, thank you. So, just seeing last week with Tiffany, Dominic Wet Sponge Mysterio. Edward says, no way. Yep. Way. Please read. I had a look to see where I am sitting at WWE Newcastle, and the whole block is sold out. Very good. Stupid Creative had Dominic turning on Rey months back, but they scrapped it. Here is Shirai with her necklace. Yeah, good. She got attacked backstage. Stupid Shirai with a stupid, I'm wearing these clothes, then I walk out in different clothes. Is that your only magic power? Oh, look, she's gone through and she's not changed clothes. She's gone out as a kid. It's another kid. Why do they keep having kids out there? Look, she's in her school uniform. She hasn't been able to change from the school uniform. Oh, my God. This is worse than detention. What? The ref's rung the bell? Jesus, what? Shirai can't even stand up. Sarai's like... And the rest like, are you all right? You all right? Right, ring the bell, ring the bell, ring the bell. Sarai's like, where am I? I'm still in my school clothes. Jeez, ring the bell, ring the bell. Wow, this is carnage. This is carnage. Look at this. It's like, oh my God. She went flying out the flipping ring. This is like kindergarten gone wild. We've got Shirai in the corner. Here is Tiffany. Zoom station just started a backstage attack. Tiffany is doing her best Lance Archer in pressure. Girl A-Kid versus A-Kid. Oh, and that's it. Tiffany Stratton has beaten the 12-year-old. Tiffany Stratton gets the job done. Well, that was brilliant. Well planned. Well played. Well planned. She beat her up backstage. Look at this. She didn't even get the chance to change, magically teleport her clothing. She proper went out hard. When she jumped through the rope, she's like, I'm going now, bye. Hard to the outside. Oh, it's brutal, innit? Brutal. Damn. Tiffany wins. Nah, you're lying. He can't be on NXT. He's too good for NXT. He's too good for NXT. Here's Gunther. Gunther. You use your voice a lot. I haven't got a problem with you being the first challenger. Yeah. It's an embarrassment to this great sport. You've got this first... It's called sports entertainment. You're the first part of it, but I'm both. Oh, just knock his flipping head off for that. Dare he say words at Gunther? Here is Tommaso Ciampa. Days, I'm telling you, no, Dominic is the one that will dethrone Roman. Halftime scores. Do it. Yeah. Do it. Chuck him in. We'll do it now. I wasn't going to do him now, but it's a bit 6 minutes early, but yeah, we'll do him. Chuck him in, chuck him in, chuck him in. Days, remember when you said Tiffany doesn't leave anything to the imagination, does she? No, that ring gear is quite revealing. Quite revealing. Stratton is more like Frankie Monet. The mat is sacred. That would be a great match, says Jake. The mat is sacred. Gunther versus LA Knight for Stand and Deliver. I mean, he's not wrong, LA Knight. Gunther is sports. He's a monster. He's a great wrestler. If this is sports entertainment, maybe this is not where Gunther should be. Perhaps Gunther should go to AEW. If I'm Gunther, I am concerned. I am concerned. The money's going to be great, but, you know, his whole gimmick is the mat is sacred and respecting wrestling. Well, what argument have you got if someone turns around and goes, well, this ain't wrestling, this is sports entertainment? Well, it shouldn't be. It should be wrestling. Volta's got the personality of a wet sponge, but puts on 5-star matches, so it evens out, says Moldy. I don't think we've had a chance to see much of his personality, to be honest. I don't know that we've had a chance to, like, get too many promos and segments. He hasn't really been in NXT for too long. I think his accent could be a bit of a problem. So we'll have to see. We'll have to see. 8, 6.75, 4, 6.5, 7, 4, 6.75, 6, 6.5, 6.75. Don't overthink a promo. They are burying Volta. Gunther would be better in AEW, says Larry. Harry said LA Knight is going to be the new NXT champion. He should go to Ring of Honor, says John. What the hell is this show? She attacked her before she was going to transform into what? A Super Saiyan? She changes her clothes? I don't make this up. She walks out like stars in her eyes, like some kind of flipping talent show that's been pre-recorded. And then as soon as she walks through the entranceway, she's got different attire on. This is a thing that happens. People don't know what buried is anymore in wrestling, says Tommy. 9.7 said Brendan. 8 says Alexa Bliss Gamer 0809. Smurfy Toons says 6 dummies out of 10. I tell you what, we've got a real wide variety of opinions tonight. I've seen 4s, 0s, 8s, 9.7s. We're all over the road with this show. We are all over the road. There is a women's tag title. Jesus Christ, it's like Home Alone. Okay, so one of them has been locked in a cupboard. It's a trap. Guys, if ever you wanted to know what the kid out of Home Alone grew up to do, he grew up to be Cora Jade. Here is Tommaso Ciampa. Who's on your top? Is it Rhea Ripley? Is Rhea Ripley known as the Legend Killer? Is that Rhea Ripley known as the Legend Killer? No. We've got a guy that cosplays as Tony Soprano, a grown adult in pajamas with their goal being somewhere to take a nap backstage, and a girl that transforms into a dragon or something. What the hell is this show, says Corey Mitchell. It's NXT 2.0. This is Tommaso. Tommaso. The thing with Walter is he is 30 years too late with the way that he sees and does wrestling. He's a perfect 70s wrestler, but his gimmick and personality isn't there to be top of a global company, says Moldy. Here is Tommaso Ciampa. I think that he's a top guy in a wrestling company. I think he struggles in a sports entertainment company. But not impossible in a sports entertainment company. You just have to position him as a killer, vicious heel. I think it sucks that he's lost that weight as well. I think he looked more imposing when he was a bit bigger. Here's Tommaso. I want to take an opportunity. Oh, I love you too. Someone says, I love you. And he's like, I love you too. He didn't mean that. He doesn't love anything. They call NXT developmental, but it's really just Vince's fever dream. Ciampa has potential. Sometimes I look around and I take it all in. This is my life. Is he saying goodbye? Is this Tommaso saying goodbye? This is my life. Ciampa, Ciampa, Ciampa. I get the vibe is leaving. I wanted to find a place I could call home. I want to have this guy. He said he wanted someone to invest in him and say, this is the guy. That opportunity came for the largest company. Things in life worth fighting for seldom come easy. His official on Raw, I've told you already. Yeah, so he is just sat talking at the moment. Thank you, Ciampa is the chant. It definitely feels like a goodbye at the moment, unless someone's going to interrupt. To the Blackheart. The single greatest NXT champion of all time, says Tommaso. This was never about doing it yourself. He said, I always had you guys to cheer me on. This NXT tonight feels like a show that's worth watching. We've had Rey Mysterio turn up with Dominic. We've got Tommaso potentially walking away. We've had Miz TV. We've got a championship match tonight. Like, they are throwing a lot at this show. Thank you, Ciampa. Cheers for Tommaso Ciampa. Is this really where his NXT journey ends? No match at Stand and Deliver. You're the guy is the chant. Feels wrong that it's not at Full Sail as well. Ugh. At least we got fans though. At least he's not walking away from NXT during like the pandemic era. Black and Gold 2.0. I never left, and you never left. Please don't go is the chant from the crowds. Please don't go. Please don't go. Please don't go. Hear me out. I don't know quite exactly where I do go. I want to know what my perfect fairy tale ending would be. He said he's been thinking a lot. Yeah, Stand and Deliver. So he said going into Stand and Deliver as the champion would have been the perfect fairy tale ending, but he had that opportunity and he wasn't able to get it done. I had a chance to come full circle. I had a chance to have my perfect fairy tale ending. I keep thinking, what's next? Is there a perfect way to close this chapter out? So I'm going to interrupt and give him that perfect way. One more match. One more match at Stand and Deliver. Who would it be against, though? There has to be a perfect way. Johnny, maybe, coming back. I don't have that answer, says Tommaso. Not often do you get a chance to say thank you before it's too late. So he doesn't have the answer. Crowd stand and applaud as he's saying thank you for everything. Thank you, says Tommaso. Come on, someone. Interrupt. Give him that perfect fairy tale ending. Tony D'Angelo. Tony D'Angelo. That's not who people want. Psycho Killer is the champ from the crowds. Ciampa versus Cody confirmed. I could have did a thing where I hit you in the back of the head with a crowbar. Thank you, Ciampa, says Jake. Okay, so Tony in there. Who could make me the man in NXT? You've been the man. You've been the face. It would be an honor for the family. So Tony wants the match at Stand and Deliver. What, Ciampa puts him over at Stand and Deliver? Is Tony ready for that? Tommaso shakes his hand. Low blow by Tony. Low blow by Tony. Tommaso goes down to his knees. It was always you, Tommaso. And at NXT Stand and Deliver, I become the next god of NXT. I must admit, it's not who I wanted. I could see an argument for it. Passing the torch type argument. Indi going to be taking on Persia. Indi and Persia. Johnny, please come out. This is stupid. Tony would be more interested on the main roster, to be honest. Michael said, I don't want him to face Tony. Him against Johnny freaking wrestling. Yeah, yeah. Johnny would have made more sense. But, I suppose in a way it's kind of nice that he can pass the torch. You know, on reflection, give back to that next generation. I still don't know that Tony's the right one to do that, though. I don't know that Tony feels big enough, to be honest. Tony's gimmick is ready. I'm just not sure about Tony, though. Is Ciampa leaving WWE? Well, going to the main roster. But just don't know quite when it's happening. I mean, I'm guessing he'll go after WrestleMania. And he'll be at Stand and Deliver, so... Maybe his recent Raw run was to get him to re-sign. I feel like main roster for him, yeah. I mean, I suppose there's no guarantees of that, but... I don't care for the match, says Serge. Reese's Pieces fan said, Days, how good would Amos do very well on NXT 2.0 and have a match? Yeah, I mean, I feel like he probably does fit into NXT a bit better than the main roster. He's big, and that's about it. With Amos, he's big. But, I feel like there's a lot that he hasn't learned. The way he presents himself, he just hasn't quite nailed. YC Johnny versus Tommaso Ciampa for the 100th time. It is boring. That is his great opponent, isn't it? Him and Johnny would be one more time, one more for the road. The final. I mean, if this is the last time you see him in NXT, that's his greatest friend, his greatest rival, his greatest enemy. Their feud is maybe the feud that defines NXT. So I think it's logical to think of Johnny if you think, like, you know, what's the perfect way to send him out. But as I said, you know, having him go up against current star, pass that torch. His gimmick annoys the hell out of me, says Jennifer. It is so cringe. Ciampa deserves to pass the torch to someone that is more deserving. Ciampa doesn't want to go to the main roster. You could tell by the way he's talking. He just doesn't know where he's going to go. Michael, shout out to you. Tony D or Sunny D, says Zoom Station. It's a great question. I think it's one that many of us have asked over the years. Is Ciampa leaving or going to main roster? Well, the reports were that he's main roster bound. Just never knew when that was going to be. So, I'm guessing he goes to the main roster after WrestleMania. I mean, they've given him a taste of the main roster. He's been on Raw. So, I mean, if I was Tommaso, I would do it, to be honest. If I was Tommaso, I've got to think the money's going to be better. The exposure's going to be great. You might get messed around, but depending on how long the contract is that you have to sign, if you sign a 2-year deal, I mean, 2 years, if you don't like it, just go. But that's 2 years of potentially growing your brand. And I don't think WWE are really interested in having anyone they're not going to use. You know, they've got rid of so many superstars that I think they are looking to use what they've got. Indi and Persia. They're both walking out together. So they're both coming out together. Indi versus Persia. Both getting in each other's way during these entrances. Why have they both come out at the same time? NXT 2.0 is WWE's best show now. Right, we've got Indi and Persia in the ring. Both coming down at the same time. Bell sounds and we're underway. Down goes Indi. Kick coming in by Indi. Knee to the midsection by Persia. Into the corner goes Indi. She gets grabbed by Persia. Back elbow coming in by Indi. Indi going back against the rope. Stuck underneath. To the other side. Big boot by Persia. We've still got the championship match to come. Where is Duke Hudson? He was standing in the background as we saw Persia walk in towards the camera. He was actually stood in the background. So he's around. Don't expect him to get involved in this. 1, 2, kick out by Indi. JM914 said WWE's best show is NXT UK. Red Payne said, I've never seen this. It's odd. Antics are stupid. WWE is wasting good talent, says Real. Raw is a better show than NXT, says Michael. William said, I didn't get any barbecue. I got a fruit salad. Okay, Indi on one knee, getting up. Blocks shot coming in by Persia. Chops coming in by Indi. Charging over. Collides into the corner. Running bulldog. Going for the pin. 1, 2. Shoulder up by Persia. Shoulder up by Persia. Daniel, shout out to you. I hope you are well. James said, reports are Candice LeRae's WWE contract ends in the spring. Surely it's on hold. If she's off with pregnancy, that I would think that would be a term that here's Duke Hudson. Hudson's come down, but Dexter Lumis is there as well. Lumis comes from under the ring. Persia gets pinned by Indi Hartwell. Yeah, I think someone said earlier about how we could be building to a mixed tag match. Here is Indi and Dexter. Dexter's gonna kill you is the chant of the crowd. Persia smooching. Indi smooching. There's lots of smooching. They smooch more. Indi. Can't believe it. They're going to have to smooch more now. Oh my God, she's ripping his shirt off. Indi ripping off... This has gone full on Attitude Era. And look at that. He puts his thumb up. Whew. It's all getting a bit hot and smoky in here. Here's Gigi Dolin. Trying to get the belt. The belt is in a bin. The belt is in a bin, and it's got a light on it. I wonder what's going to happen. She gets in the bin. She grabs the belt. The bin lid is shut. And forklift truck is lowered down on it. Who is going to beat This Is Wrestling? Seeing stuff like that makes me want to puke. Seeing stuff like that makes me want to puke. Lovely. Clearly, there is a mixed tag match at Stand and Deliver. That was not PG. No, I completely agree. Trapping her inside a bin is appalling. Lots of smooching, wasn't there? Lots of that kind of noise. Lots of that was going on. NXT has completely changed, and not for the better, says Tar Heel. Well, people seem to be really kind of split. Dumpster match, says Larry. Dumpster match. Right. Attitude Era NXT. It has all got a bit hot and smoke. I don't know about you, but it was all getting a bit hot in here. It's a good job we didn't, because they were trying to outdo each other. Who knows where we would have gone. Cheers. Don't need that on a Wednesday night. Moldy Spoon is throwing up. This awesome NXT so far. They should have the Saw theme song in the background for these skits. Do you want to play a game? Days, I got jealous, says Retribution. What, you want to be in a bin? Why do you want to be in a bin? I'm going to need Days to do that noise a minimum 3 more times. James said, like AEW is any better. Oh, shots fired. Shots fired. End of Days says Duke Hudson is sexy. Moldy said, good job you sat down. I know. It's all getting very hot and smoke. I've had to take my trousers off. It's that hot in here right now. Whew! Tell you what, after segments like that, I can't cope. Good thing it's not a Wednesday night. Oh, is it Wednesday night? Well, it's Tuesday night, isn't it? I don't know what night it is. If it's Monday, it's Raw. If it's Friday, it's SmackDown. Any other night, I ain't got a clue. Could be Tuesdayberry Day, I don't know. Wait, who kissed? Everyone kissed. 1 Minute Wrestler, hello. Michael said AEW and WWE should merge. Rio said AEW is 1,000 times better than WWE. Shola says James. Impact sucks. Shots being fired everywhere. Shots are being fired everywhere. I think there was a few shots being fired in that segment, that kissing segment as well. I'm just saying, Jesus Christ, can't believe it. I'm going to have to go to church tomorrow after what I've seen. Honestly. I feel like I've sinned. Right, we've got Legado del Fanta. Oh, my God. Here we go. Raul Mendoza in the ring, getting ready to take on the greatest wrestler, the greatest NXT wrestler that has never wrestled in NXT. Yay! Welcome home! 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 Look at the reaction, Dominic. You love it, don't you? Please don't go. Please don't go. Please don't go. Please don't go. Wow. I wonder if this reaction would be as great if Rey Mysterio hadn't just flipping come walking out as well. I love how Dominic's like, they love me. They love me. Your dad's just behind you, Dominic. Your dad's just behind you. I think it's Wacky and Wild, isn't it? That is Dominic coming out going, they love me. They really love me. They love you, Dad. Your dad's just behind. I feel like Rey is dropping him off at daycare so that he can go and wrestle. Here we go. Dominic, 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 Dominic. Here we go, Dominic. Dominic Mysterio, this is Rey Mysterio's son, you know. In NXT. Welcome home, welcome home, welcome home. Dominic goes down. I can't hear what the crowd are chanting now. I love you, Dominic, says Edward. Here's Dominic. Dominic going up top. Bounces off the middle rope. Comes down. Arm drag. Drop kick by Dominic. Dominic charges over. No one home. Back elbow. Is it Wild or Mendoza? It might be Is it Wild or Mendoza? Perhaps it's Mendoza. Rey's kid. Dominic hearing his name chanted for the first time ever. Dominic. 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 Strikes coming in by Dominic. I want a DNA test. If Dom worked out, he would be decent, says Tahil. Oh, that was not very good, was it? That head scissor thing was a mess. Dominic on the outside. Forearm strike by Dominic. Electra Lopez. Distract him. He's only a young lad. He didn't know what to do there. There was a woman on the side of the ring. He was having to call his dad to help him. I kind of like those three together, actually. Wow, Rey Mysterio throws a punch on Santos Escobar. He's in position for the 619. 619 by Dominic. Dominic going over. Big splash. It's a great frog splash. 1, 2, 3. Great frog splash by Dominic. He gets the win. I bet he loves it. I bet he loves it in NXT. There we go. Expect the unexpected. I thought that was Tuck for a second, said Brad. Did get Tuck vibes. Did definitely get Tuck vibes. Yeah, that girl. I can't remember what her name is. This one here. Henley or something. But I like her with them two. Makes them a bit more interesting. Big Dom with the win. Big Dom. Good win for Dom. Dream match Mendoza versus Penta. There we go. Okay, now they're talking about Scott Hall. He loves it so much, he should stay there. We should all go on Twitter and be like, wow, Dominic, that was so good. You're so great in NXT. Love to see more of you in NXT. in NXT. Okay, Scott Hall video package. That girl is so hot. That was Dominic. That wasn't a girl. That was Dominic. That's Dominic Mysterio. Mr. McMahon is still the manager of the company. 32 years, says Michael. Dolph is going to win. Main event's got to be coming up soon, yeah. Arezzo Ramo. Chico. Say hello to the bad guy. It's great. These vignettes are great. You can't teach someone to be cool. He was great, wasn't he? That Razor character, I flipping love it. Yeah, that match. That match. God damn that match. Good show. R.I.P. Scott Hall. Do you reckon your dong could get the ladies? Oh, absolutely, mate. Absolutely. Don't even need to think about that. Bad times don't last, but bad guys do. Yes. Go on, Dominic, son. Show them what you're made of. Hey, yo. It is weird the crowd were chanting that was awesome while the announcers were talking Scott Hall. Jesus, I mean, what do you expect? They've just, no joking. I mean, you paid your ticket to go to NXT 2.0. You've got Miz TV. You've had Dolph Ziggler. A great LA Knight segment in there. You've seen some great action. It's been a really entertaining NXT tonight. And then Rey flipping Mysterio. If you want to talk about the most important Mexican wrestlers, luchadors of all time, you are talking about Rey Mysterio. Of not of all time. WCW former world champion, and oh my god, that's a once in a lifetime thing to see Rey in front of a few hundred people. Doesn't matter that he didn't wrestle, just having him there is, yeah, amazing. Razor chants in memory of Scott Hall, Razor Ramon, 1958 to 2022. Dominic is the best. We need to watch a WWF watch-along starring Areza Ramo. Scott Hall in AWA was an Adam Page type character. To see him transform into the bad guy was awesome. R.I.P. Reza Ramo. Shame Hall and HBK didn't ever get the rubber match. I think this is the best NXT 2.0 they've ever put on, says Shola. Listen, all you ask for is talking points. And they've certainly given us loads of those. Going into it, we only thought that we were getting Dolph on Miz TV, and that was enough. But to have LA Knight step up and challenge Dolph in the main event for the title, to have Dominic and Rey Mysterio on the show. Yeah, I mean, it's been a good show. There's been some good matches. Let's have a little look at the scores. So, who is leaving as champion? We've got about 25 minutes or so to go. Dolph Ziggler, 72%. LA Knight, 28%. That's where we are so far. I've got to put Penta above Rey, says Larry. Best show because half the show is main roster. R.I.P. Scott Hall, my brother, the bad guy. Brendan says, Razor Ramon, R.I.P. Who have you got winning tonight? LA Knight or Dolph? I'll say Dolph. I'll agree. Dolph manages to keep the belt. The show has been filled with surprises, so that is cool. Real question. You've got 32-year-old Razor in 2022. How would you book him? I think the booking of him was great when he was Razor. I think the only downside was that they never really pulled the trigger to get him to the top of the card. I mean, I think they needed to do, I thought the vignettes were brilliant. I'd be interested in them doing, more vignettes. I mean, you'd have him around the mid-card title to start with. Have him keep doing those vignettes. The vignettes, I wouldn't mind, backstage things from him, but those vignettes were gold, man. People still talk about them, so I would definitely lean on that a little. And it all depends. I mean, I don't know why they didn't put the belt on him, to be honest. I don't know if it was because he had demons backstage, or if it was just there was always someone else that was favored. But I think if you had him now, I don't know if people would. If you had him now, would people have known of him before? I don't know. If you had him now, you'd be an idiot to not put a world title on him. The people, that's what people would want to see. So you'd just put obstacles in his way and make it hard, make it unlikely, make it seem like he hasn't got a chance. Maybe even give him a different match for WrestleMania, so that it doesn't even look like he's in the title match. And then something happens and he finds his way getting added to it. We've seen that happen before. Like Hogan left WrestleMania 9 as champion. He wasn't in the title match before WrestleMania 9. Daniel Bryan obviously had to get through Triple H to get to the title match. Seth Rollins left as champion because he cashed in on the actual show. So, yeah, we've seen a few examples where people leave as champion and they maybe wasn't sure that they were even in the match. So I'd probably do something along those lines. Right, we've got Cora Jade with the Women's Championship. Jumping into her car. She puts the belt on the seat. Mandy Rose is in the car. She grabs Cora Jade, smashes her into Bonnet. Where is your razor belt? Oh, it's up on the thing. That was cool, man. That razor belt's really cool. Knee strike here by Mandy Rose. Cora Jade is down. If you want to fight me for my title, I will fight you and any other woman. She sprays on her. The other two have got their belts. I don't feel sorry for Cora Jade in the slightest. I don't feel sorry for Cora Jade at all. She stole their belts. Locked them in cages. Locked them in bins. Here is the Creed brothers. Bodies are going to fly. Look at Bivens, man. I love Malcolm Bivens. Bivens in the ring just like... These are good promos, actually. Right now. MSK coming out. MSK coming down. They got NWO shirts on. Ayo. Liars! Liars, says Wade Barrett. Oh, even the crowd aren't buying it. The crowd think that it was MSK. It was MSK. You two cut the line. No more line cutting. Scott Hall was one of the guys that non-wrestling fans looked at and said, that's a pro wrestler. Here's Imperium. Here is Imperium. Running. Oh, we got the overrun, haven't we? It is hilarious. Looking at you lot arguing. Do you think Raquel, Io, Dakota, Roderick are just twiddling their thumbs waiting for a call-up? I suppose. Yeah, I mean, Dakota, I don't know what they're doing with her. This gimmick they've got for her at the moment is not great. Okay, so Imperium on a platform looking at the ring that's got Creed Brothers and MSK in. You really think you're deserving? We disagree. Okay, so Imperium are going to defend their belts in a triple threat match. So Imperium against the Creeds and MSK. I honestly don't know. I barely watch NXT. Bring it back and call it the NGO New Generation Order, says Name. Moldy said he wasn't a champ because he put over. If he seen a crowd go crazy with his opponent over a few weeks, they'd put them over, get heat for it backstage. He put Jericho over. It was supposed to be a squash. Right. Well, there we go. It's going to be a triple threat. And we should hopefully be going to our championship match soon. Running out of time a bit here. All I do is disappoint. I'm going to be at home watching Stand and Deliver, says Cameron Grimes. here we are 3 years later, and all I keep doing is disappointing. Right, next week we got Solo Sikoa taking on Roderick Strong. We've also got A-Kid taking on Grayson Waller. Those are going to be the stand and deliver matches next week. What takeovers have you preferred most, NXT or NXT UK? I think, we've only had a few NXT UK ones, so it's difficult, isn't it? It's hard to compare because we've had some decent NXT takeovers, some really good ones. But then we've had, some stinkers as well, so it's really hard to compare. I feel like there's takeovers, there's more of them. I mean, I can find some incredible ones that are better than the NXT UK takeovers that we've had. But I think NXT UK takeovers have still been really good. Really, really good. I mean, there was a Volta Tyler Bate main event that was stunning. I was at one of the Blackpool ones as well. Grizzled Young Veterans against Mustache Mountain. I think Rhea Ripley against maybe Tony Storm. Joe Coffey against Pete Dunne, and then that was the arrival of... That was when Volta makes his first ever appearance in WWE. I was there. That was at a takeover in Blackpool. So, I mean, there's been some great, great takeovers. Right, 14 minutes and then a bit of an overrun. Days, this reminds me, do you think AEW will ever have an anti-promotion invasion storyline? What, like a group of people that hate AEW invading type NWO outsiders type thing? Maybe. I mean, I'm sure eventually they will. I mean, WWE sort of had that with Retribution, didn't they? And obviously, WCW with that. So, yeah, I'm sure they will at some point. Days, should WrestleMania 38 stage be the same as 32 as a star or different style? Hopefully a different style. I think it would be disappointing if it was just the same. So, hopefully they mix it up and come up with something different. That'd be a bit... I mean, I think the staging is, really... a key thing. We've actually got Dude Perfect unveiling it. So, I think it would be good if it was something significant and different. I was at NXT TakeOver Cardiff for the Bate Volta match, and that was crazy, says Cameron. I think it might... I don't know if it picked up 5 stars from Dave Meltzer, but I know it's there or thereabouts. It might have, to be honest. It was an incredible match. I love the ladder match at TakeOver Cardiff, especially the tag team ladder match, says Alex. End of days. Shout out to you. Primo said Killer Cross has confirmed that he's now signed with New Japan. That's a good sign-in. I like that. I like that sign-in. Was it last week's Dynamite you gave 8? The one where Scorpio beat Sammy, and the way apparently they didn't call an audible on Sky winning. They had it planned since November. I think it was last week, yeah. Edward said, WTF, did I just hear someone would put Penta over Rey? They must not watch wrestling, says Edward. Shots fired. Right, we are at commercial break. We got 12 minutes to go and an overrun. So we are building our way. Volta versus Dragunov was one of the best matches ever. Their second match too, says Shannon. Great matches. Great, great, great matches. I agree. Right. I don't actually know. It's got to be, hasn't it? Once we go back, it's got to just be the Ziggler match. Ziggler against LA Knight for the NXT Championship. Ziggler versus LA Knights. Danny, shout out to you, bud. Hope you are well. Danny said, I forgot to tell you, I got 2 Pokey boxes. They're good. I don't even know what that means. What's a Pokebox? Oh, do I want to know? Is it something kinky? Is it something kinky? Sounds kinky. Is it like a little box that you put your gentleman into? Sounds filthy. I don't know why you would shout about that on this stream, Danny, to be honest, mate. That sounds filthy. Shots are being fired everywhere tonight. Shots are being fired everywhere. Cross versus Suzuki is booked for New Japan. Cross's first New Japan match has been announced, and it is Suzuki, says Daniel. Right, we are back. We are back. Here's Bivens. Trying to figure out who did it. So Bivens is trying to work out who attacked the Creeds. Their gimmicks are simps for Mandy Rose. We are stand-up gentlemen, says the grizzled young veterans. If we knew that you was handing out title matches just like that, we would have jumped you weeks ago. Creed brothers against grizzled young veterans next week. But have you... I mentioned it a few months ago on a UFC stream. Days OnlyFans coming soon. Days, you have to open a PO box. You'll get all the kinky stuff sent to you. I don't want it. I'm not looking for it. Tommaso Ciampa against Tony D'Angelo. We're just seeing the lineup for Stand and Deliver. Cora Jade against Mandy Rose. Jesus. She's a child. She's a child. She should be selling the cookies in a flipping concession stand. Not having a women's title match for no flipping reason. Right, Dolph Ziggler's coming out. With WrestleMania 40 approaching, do you think we'll ever get to WrestleMania 60? And if so, will Vince still be in creative? WrestleMania 60, yes. Will Vince still be in creative? No, he'll be dead. Why isn't NXT on Wednesdays anymore? It's not necessary. Didn't they use it for sport or something? I don't know. I think they use it for sport. So I think they had to move to a Tuesday. This is literally the PG Attitude Era. There's no denying it. Dolph in the ring. I think LA Knight is already in there. Main event time. Main event time. Didn't someone in the chat say she was like 30? No, she's young, but to me, she looks older. To me, she looks like she's in her 30s. People disagree with me on that. But she is about 21, I think. But I think she looks 28, 29. Maybe 30. She looks really thin. And I don't mean that as a knock. I just mean she looks small. Right, here we go. We are underway. Ziggler against LA Knight. Let's end the poll, shall we? And we'll see what people have voted for. All right, Ziggler in the corner. LA Knight in the other corner. This is for the NXT Championship. I mean, fair play to Ziggler. He is a fighting champion. He is a fighting champion. Who leaves as NXT champion? Dolph, 70%. LA Knight, 29%. So it seems like a good chunk of people are thinking that Dolph's going to get the job done here. Or probably that Robert Roode is going to provide a distraction of some kind. There we go. Kick to the midsection by Dolph. Dolph grabbing LA Knight, driving him into the corner. Dolph looking nice. Takes over LA Knight. Headlock. Dolph Ziggler doing well. How many years do you think Vince has got left? How many years is he going to be around for? I mean, look, they might look to sell it. They might. They absolutely could. I mean, it depends what offers come in, but I don't know. I really don't know. I mean, he might look at like there being no one that he wants to pass it over to. So it's kind of his company. It's his dad's. It's been in the family so long. It's just hard to see him getting rid of it. Money talks, though, doesn't it? Money does definitely talk. Strike by Dolph Ziggler. And again, Dolph Ziggler versus LA Knight in the main event of NXT 2.0. I mean, this is absolute. I thought we were getting this at Stand and Deliver. Big right hand by Dolph. Be really interesting to see what the ratings come through as. LA Knight lands on his feet. Net breaker. Dolph as a singles competitor is fire. Vince ain't going to give up power. No chance in hell. Here we go. Dolph lands on his feet. Rolls up. LA Knight goes over by the ropes. LA Knight clotheslines Ziggler to the outside. And I think we are going to go to commercial break with... Oh, big power slam. Big power slam. Shoulder up. And Ziggler rolls out the ring. Days, wouldn't it be hilarious if Hogan bought WWE? Hogan doesn't have that kind of money. And also, he'd run it into the ground. Austin, hello. Austin, shout out to you. Austin, just so you know, I think there is an overrun tonight. So we are going to be sticking around just a little bit longer. You missed Dominic? Dominic was on NXT. Dominic came home. Dominic came home. It was really emotional. We were all crying earlier. It was so beautiful. All the crowd were chanting, please don't leave. Please don't leave. Please don't leave. Days, would Vince not give it to Triple H and Stephanie? I honestly don't know. I mean, I don't know that he believes in Triple H's, like, vision for the future, if you will. I think Vince is pretty set in his ways as to what he thinks people want and what he thinks works. And clearly it wasn't what NXT was delivering. So, I mean, look, would he leave it to the family? I'd have to think this has been discussed. But there's certainly a lot of belief that Nick Khan is in a good position to take it over. There's some people that believe it'll be sold. I mean, we still don't quite have an answer as to what he's going to do. If Vince isn't going to give WWE to the kids, I wouldn't mind if Khan and The Rock bought WWE, says Jilly. I don't think he would sell it to Khan. Well, Nick Khan and The Rock. If it's Tony Khan, I just don't think he would sell it to Tony Khan. That would be him being seen to be giving into his competition kind of a thing. He wouldn't do that. His pride, no way would his pride allow him to do that. Nelson said, I don't want Dominic to stay. He belongs on the main roster. Aaron said, Cowboy James Storm recently did a radio interview talking about how he had a contract that he was about to sign with WWE again, and then the pandemic happened, so it put the contract on hold. I love the 2K game. It's good, not rubbish, says Matthew. Vince is a miser that can't get out the way, says Zoom Station. What do you think Nick Khan will do to WWE? I think he will try and get far from wrestling and water it down. I don't know, because I don't know what his philosophies are. I don't know what he would do. He might not even do the booking, in all fairness. He might think to himself, I don't know enough, or I don't even want to. And he might put someone like Triple H in charge. I really don't know what he would do. Tony Khan versus Nick Khan. Right, we've got Dolph Ziggler in control. Thuka, see you later, buds. He is trying to put him to sleep at the moment. Put him back on his nose. Referee having a word. Ziggler looking for a camel clutch, but not getting it as LA Knight gets back up to his feet. Headlock applied by Ziggler again. He's getting driven back into the corner. Goes down. Was the GOAT XY Zion Quinn on tonight? No. No, there was a little message that was relayed. It said that if Austin wasn't going to be able to watch tonight, he wasn't going to perform. And that I think that was Wade Barrett that said that earlier, so no. Refused. There was lots of kissing on the show. That is true. Lots of tongues and all this. Indi and Dexter, Persia, and Duke Hudson. Here's LA Knight over in the corner, charging over. Knee strike by LA Knight. Days, what do you think about Seth Kevin Owens' main event on Monday? I kind of thought that it wouldn't be Seth that would win. It wouldn't make any sense. So, I mean, the match itself had some nice moments, but I don't think the result was ever really in doubt. The only thing that was in doubt was when Seth lost, would someone come out like Cody? And the answer was no. Austin said, that makes sense. Thank you. Austin, thank you. No tongue. Oh, loads of tongue. Oh, yeah. Loads of that. That's actually a live recording from what happened earlier. Bron Breakker has returned. Bron Breakker has made his way into the Performance Center, or whatever it's called. It used to be called the Capital Wrestling Center, but it's not called that now. Up is Ziggler. Strike coming in. Ziggler goes back. Man, I wish this had been in place when we had the Raws and the SmackDowns here. You know, before we went to the Thunderdome and we were having to do Raws and SmackDowns. How cool would it have been if we had had, like, these stands and, you know, we had, like, NXT talent in the stands? Do you remember we had them standing around with masks on, trying to bang on the thing, make some noise? This would have felt a bit better if they had been in the stands. You couldn't have it this full, though. We were having to social distance at the time, so still wouldn't have this kind of effect, but It definitely looks better. Dolph is shattered, and LA Knight's going to look for a superplex. Gets it! Big superplex by LA Knight. 1, 2, shoulder up. Daisy's going to be one of those girls that's licking and kissing microphones on Twitch. I have never been on Twitch in my life. Is that something that happens? I can do that. I can do that. I could be one of these big Twitch stars. Is that all you have to do? Easy, mate. I can do that. Where do you see the allegiance lie for big stars like Becky Roll, Sasha Roman without Vince in charge? Maybe that allegiance would take a knock. Maybe that allegiance would take a knock, but I don't know that I see it happening anytime soon. But also, if they're locked down to like long-term deals before he goes, then they'd be limited as to what they could do anyway. So if he was about to sell it, it might be wise to secure Roman to a 5-year deal or something like this. Ziggler jumps on the back of LA Knight, charges over into the corner. Super kick by Dolph. 1, 2, 3. Dolph wins. Dolph wins. This community was correct. Yes, it does. They add an attachment to their mic and they start snogging it for all the men to give them. They add an attachment to their mic. What do you mean? Oh, I don't know if I want to know what you mean. What? Like fake lips or something? Here is Bron. That means we're not going to get LA Knight against Dolph. Ziggler wins clean. Here is Bron Breakker. Dolph staring at Bron. Bron with a microphone. I want my rematch at Stand and Deliver. Right hand thrown. Down goes Robert Roode. That looked a bit weak. Dolph holds up the NXT Championship. Anytime, any place, Stand and Deliver sounds damn good to me, says Dolph Ziggler. I wish that was Tyler Breeze, to be honest. I wish Tyler Breeze... Where's Tyler Breeze now? What's Tyler Breeze doing? Is he doing his, like, wrestling school stuff? Imagine if that was Breeze. Imagine if that was Breezango. Oh, I missed that. LA Knight might be out the picture. They had nipple covers to the mic. Nippling. They have nipple covers to the mic. What does that mean? No, I don't know what that means. I don't need to know what that means. Stupid. Twitch people. The stupid things. Right, here we go. Let's get the score. What do you rate WWE NXT 8 to 10 7 to 775? I've started to ask I've started to ask this question on Twitter as well now. Just because I was wondering if how many people would respond to it on Twitter. It's just good to get an idea. I like getting it here, but might as well ask it on Twitter, and it's always interesting to get the answers. Women's Cricket World Cup is on right now. What do you rate tonight's WWE NXT? Get in your scores. 8 to 10. 7 to 7 5. 6 to 6 7 5. 5 7 5 or below. There we go. Have a fantastic evening. Shout out to you. Bron Breakker 8.58, 7.25, 7. 7.25, 7, 7.5. I will give it a 6.75 because of Ray. 7.25, 7. We've had 65 votes so far. Racial Mind says 7.5 tonight. Okay, we seem to be quite settled on 7s. I must admit, I'm feeling a 7.25 about that as well. About that. I thought the Cora Jade stuff was silly. And the Sarray changing clothes thing annoys me. So seeing her get beat up before she could do that was interesting. So I didn't hate on that. Main event was good. Miz TV was good. Actually, do you know what? Maybe it's a bit higher. Maybe it's a bit higher. There was a lot of good stuff on this show. Cora Jade stuff sucked. I love this episode. A-Kids. 7, 7.5. I think I'm still in the 7 to 7, 7.5. Yeah, I'm still there personally. Big Boy Dally said 9. I love this episode, not gonna lie. Good night. I'm going to do some... I never do. I will see what you score, and then I will watch it rate the same. I didn't watch, says Austin. Favorite Mick Foley persona? It's got to be Mankind, isn't it? It's got to be. I was really debating Cactus Jack. But it's probably got to be Mankind. Mankind has that match against Undertaker. I mean, technically, is it Mankind that wins the WWF Championship? Yeah, I'll go Mankind. 7.25 says Trey. 7.9 says Shannon. 7 for me says Serious Gaining. Lex Bliss Gamer says 8. Get in your thoughts. We're almost over 100. Almost over 100 votes. We've already had 23 votes on Twitter. They're saying 52% 7 to 7, 7.5, 43% 8 to 10. So it seems like at the moment the majority are going 7 to 7, 7.5 on Twitter, but we've only had 20 odd votes there. 8, it was better than Raw. This was 7, worst episode of NXT ever, says Michael. I didn't even watch, says Michael. I give it a 7.5. I thought this was entertaining. I wasn't not entertained really at any point. I was like all throughout. They kept... It was good. Yeah, some of the surprises were great. Miz TV at the start. Setting up this main event. Main event was good. Looks like we're going to get Bron Breakker and Dolph Ziggler at Stand and Deliver. What happens there? Because there's a lot of talk that Bron Breakker's going to the main roster. Well, he surely isn't going to go with the title. So does that mean that Dolph's going to retain? Because I wasn't really expecting Dolph to be champion after Stand and Deliver. So all of a sudden I'm a bit confused now as to like what are they doing? So I think that match at Stand and Deliver is quite intriguing. So, yeah, interesting. Robin said 7.5 because of a wild Dominic Mysterio appearance. Mankind wins the championship. That'll put butts in seats. Yeah, I couldn't remember. Do you know what? I can't remember if he says Mankind or Mick Foley. Mick Foley's going to win their main championship tonight. That'll put butts in seats. Or if he says Mankind. I can't quite recall. Ruby Soho is stuck on AEW Dark Purgatory. Tony Khan is showing the grass isn't always greener. Right, we've had 115. That'll do. I feel like we've got a snapshot of what people think. Although saying that, just jumped to 117. So maybe there's a few people that haven't quite got their thoughts in. Fire in your thoughts. Get in your thoughts. Get in your score. No one will ever do the crazy psycho gimmick like Foley, says Jennifer Lockhart. I loved Mankind. It's just little things, isn't it? Like his entrance music is different to the music they played when he left because they wanted him to come out being quite disturbed and dark. But then when he's got that out of his system, the match out of his system, he leaves to quite tranquil music because he's at peace now. And it's like lots of little details like that. The mask and how great the mask looked. The pulling out of the hair. Yeah, there was lots of little details that was just right on the money. So, I agree. Yeah, done very, very well. Done very, very well. Tony said Mick Foley. Tony said, did he say Mick Foley? Thank you, Jim. Yeah, I couldn't recall. Right, we've had 122 votes. That'll do. And what do you rate WWE NXT? 7 to 7, 7.5, 43%. So I'm in line with the community. 34% said 8 to 10. 14% said 6 to 6.75. 5.75 or below 6%. So there we go. Awesome, guys. Really appreciate you watching. We are back tomorrow. We've got a massive game over on Football Days. Massive game. Arsenal against Liverpool. We'll see if Liverpool can keep that pressure on Man City. And, of course, we are back here tomorrow as well for AEW. Awesome, guys. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye for now.